Kim's Kitchen. Seasoned on purpose. That's right, you got it. Another delicious and savory meal from my kitchen. Well, today you're in for another treat. Lemon bell peppers and ground beef. That's it, nothing more, but it's a good meal, it's a healthy meal, something that you can cook with leftovers. You know me, I love my leftovers. Peppers that you might have laying around, onions. Put them all together and you have a delicious meal. And I'll see you on the other side. Stay tuned. Okay, so before we add the mushrooms and the peppers and onions, we want to cook the meat and get the meat just about done before we add the other vegetables. Because what we don't want is to have soft vegetables and overcooked meat. So we're going to go ahead and put a light to this. We're going to turn it up pretty high, on a high mark, because we want to start the meat to cooking. We want to add maybe about a teaspoon of oil. This is olive oil, and you can use any kind of oil that you prefer. We're going to use maybe a teaspoon because you don't want to have too much oil. So about a teaspoon, just enough to wet the bottom of this pan here. That's it, just maybe like a teaspoon. And soon you're going to hear the meat sizzling. And in the meantime, you want to start to separate the meat because you don't want it to be clumped together. Now, when you're preparing this meal, you don't necessarily have to have meat. Now, if you're a vegetarian, like I said before, you can use quinoa, you can have black beans, you can have any other kind of beans. So you don't have to have it. You can even add, what's that name? I can't think of it right now, but as soon as I think of it, I will. Tofu, there it is. Woo, tofu. And tofu really takes on the seasonings that you make with your food. And so all of those other items are substitutes for meat. This is ground beef. You can have ground turkey. You can find some ground chicken, whatever you prefer, or chicken strips or whatever. This was left over from my stuffed peppers recipe that I had left over, and I did not want to refreeze it again, and so I needed some way to use it, and I'm using it in this meal right here. Now you can see that it's starting to cook, and like I said before, see the smoke coming up? Yeah, it's starting to cook. And like I said before, you want to get this pretty much cooking before you add your other vegetables. Now, if you notice, I'm not using a metal spoon. I'm using prong, but you want to use a plastic utensil with a metal pan because you don't want to scratch up your beautiful pans and be scratched. You know, that's not. I don't like seeing that, and I'm sure you don't either. So when you have pans that will scratch using metal, use plastic. Get something that's plastic, and this is perfect because you can lift it up just as if it was metal utensil. And so, I wanted to tell you also that because this is meat that I used previously, I didn't have to season it. As you may know from my previous videos, I like to purchase my meat, season it, freeze it, and then use it the next time. I don't have to season it any longer. I don't have to purchase new meat. It's ready for me and it's perfect. So with this, I'm not going to add too much seasoning in terms of salt and pepper because I already seasoned the meat. Now, if you did not season your meat, I'm going to talk as this is starting to heat up some. My fire, my flame is still on high. So I want to keep an eye out on that. But you can see it's starting to cook. Yeah. And did you see how much oil I used? And can you tell that I don't need any more oil than this? You don't want it to be soupy. You just want it to be just enough oil so that your meat, tofu, quinoa, whatever it is, does not stick to the pan. All right. Now, where was I? Oh, I think I was talking about my meat. I think I was saying that I froze it and now cooking it. Oh, yes. This is what I wanted to say. If you need to season your meat prior to you just cooking it, you can use salt, you can use pepper. If you don't have the fresh seasonings, the herbs that I did, you can have basil, you season salt. You can have, if you don't have onions, you can add onion salt, garlic. I already have garlic in here. I have fresh garlic in here that I mixed together with it before I froze it. So you can have garlic, whole cloves of garlic, or you can have garlic salt and not use regular salt. It's so many different types of seasonings that you can choose, and I just gave you a sample of what I did, but I don't need to have it here just in case. I have pepper and I have some seasoned salt just in case these vegetables aren't going to satisfy my taste buds. So now this is looking good. I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit because I want it to cook a little bit faster. But now I'm going to add in my vegetables. And once I add in my vegetables, you're going to see that my vegetables are going to be more than my meat. Now I'm going to turn this down some. Okay. And I don't want to have too much more water than this because mushrooms has its own water, as does your peppers, as does your onions. So you don't want to add too much more water to this. No water, really. Oh, this is looking really good. Okay, I don't want it to cook anymore. Now I'm going to add some mushrooms. There. I'm not going to put all of them in there. I'll put enough just to start the process. And before you do any adding or cooking, you want to make sure that your pan is big enough. Now I need to ask this question to myself. Kim, do you have a large enough pan for all of this? I may need to get a bigger pan, but we'll see. I always tend to cook more than what I need. But now I'm going to add this delicious, look at that, cut up, sliced, long peppers, onions. Yum. I'm just going to pour it in here. Don't have to be really tipsy about it. Just go ahead and put it in there. Don't be afraid. Just add it in there, smooth it out, add it in there. Because what you know is that, just put some more in there like that, smooth it out. They eventually will cook down and they'll get softer than what it is, right? One got away from me over there. And I see that there's one here that I don't like. I don't want it to be fat like this. I really all want them to be the same size. So I'm going to take that one and put it over there. I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to use it for something else. Now they're ready to be mixed. And I'm going to go ahead and get a bigger spoon so that I can mix it really nicely. I need a spoon now, right? And again, nope, something got away. And again, you want to have a utensil that does not interfere with your pan. You want to be able to mix it without fearing that you're going to scratch up your pan, but at the same time, you want to be able to mix it well. Oh, this is looking delicious. Look at that. The meat interspersed with the delicious vegetables. Now I'm going to let this cook down, and I may need to add some more because this is dinner. I'll probably have a baked potato with it, and that's it. That'll be my starch. I'll have a baked potato. I'll have a baked sweet potato. And my husband, as you know, as I told you in a previous recording video, that he is a meat and potatoes man. And when I say potatoes, I mean white potatoes. So you always have to know your audience and who you're cooking for, and make them happy, but also make it a healthy happy. So this is a healthy happy meal. And it's not a whole lot of meat, but it really wasn't supposed to be. I really wanted to do something with my vegetables and the meat that I had left over from the stuffed peppers. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let this cook and see where it is. Let's see if I do that. What do I have left over here? It's looking good. What do I need? I don't think I need anything. I think if I need anything, it'll be some mushrooms. Oh, I see the mushrooms. There they are. In a meal like this, you don't want to have too much of anything. You want to be able to have your food divided as much as possible. Now, if you wanted to, you could add tomato sauce to it to make it more of a substantial meal and to have some substantive juices. But we're not going to do that. This is just going to be, I'm going to let the water dissolve even more so. I don't want a lot of water in it. I really want just to say, this is our meal, honey. This is it with the baked potato. That's it. It looks delicious. And as you can see, some of the seasonings that came off of the meat. See some of the peppers right there and came off of the meat. These are almost ready. Now for some of you, this is perfect. And for others, you want it to cook down a little bit longer. Again, you have to know your audience and what they like. I know that my audience of one wants it cooked down a little bit longer. So I'm going to cook this down. Let's see what it looks like, and then we'll come back. Now, you can also add some lemon. Lemon adds a nice little tangy taste to it. Not a lot. Just squeeze a little bit around. That's it. Let it drop, and that's it. Since lemon, it has a pretty strong taste. You don't want to overpower it with lemon. You just want it to add to it a little bit. A little tanginess with it. I think that looks delicious. Okay, we're going to let this cook down just a little bit more. And then this with a baked potato. I'll show it to you what it looks like on a plate. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. Yes? Yes? Was it good? Easy? Yes, I thought so. I thought you'd like it. Quick, easy. And not only that, it's perfect for a very quick meal, healthy, peppers and onions, some mushrooms, a little bit of lemon in it, seasonings, any seasonings that you like that you want to put in there, absolutely. And you have your ground beef. Or you can add tofu, you can add another meat substitution, or no meat at all. But the bottom line is you have fun and you put your own taste to it. Hit me up, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll know the next time that I'm back from Kim's Seasoned on Purpose Home Style Cooking. Make it a great day. And bye for now.